Hello, physics students. Thank you so much for working with me and as we work through this digital school and not being able to be with each other and work in class together and see how things are going. I'm 100% sure if we were working together, ray diagrams will be going a lot better. I'm not saying that in a bad way, I just know it's kind of tricky without you being able to get to see me. So I am going to do something today, and just because of when it shows up and how things show up and when they kind of show up, I am going to be uploading some pictures. Not just there. Okay, two things I'm going to upload. One are a couple more with drawings for you to practice. Okay, just to get some more practice with these ray diagrams. The second one is going to be like, here's a step-by-step what Miss Jabs would be doing rather than a video, because right now as I talk, I kind of like sometimes will like pick up a paper and rule and I'm like, here's what you're supposed to do and this is what you're supposed to do. I am going to really work on it and I want it to come out pretty well. So like it's somewhat put together, but I want to make sure it's really well put together. So it's going to show up sometime today on Classroom. And it will be like a step-by-step with instruction picture guide of what you're supposed to do to find the answer of how to do a ray diagram and locate where like the image would be. And guys, that would be like the other day when I was using the light at the end of the hallway and you could see the red building from across the like practice football field, those red apartment buildings or the red decks, whatever they were. And I was holding up the paper with the mirror and I was like, hey guys, look on here. Can you see that? All right. Because knowing all that information is actually very, very helpful. Like if you've ever heard of a 35 millimeter camera, which I know you guys, I know, it told you the lens and it told you about the lens. And lenses and mirrors are a lot alike, and that's something else we got to start talking about. I actually have to get out a couple magnifying glasses that I have because we're going to notice that they act a lot like mirrors. Real quick, as I'm mentioning that, something you will want to add to your notes, even though as you were watching this video or starting to watch this video, I said not a lot because the most of the notes today are going to show up as notes. But I figure since I had been posting daily videos, I'll make just a quick short daily video. Something you want to add to your notes right now. When we are looking at mirrors, mirrors reflect things, right? So you can see the reflection, you can see several of my computers, you can see me taping with YouTube in the background, you can see me several times, and as I wave, and it's kind of weird. Those are the weird, cool ones though, like when you go into a house of mirrors and you see all that. Okay, guys, as I've been working this morning, it's kind of light outside right now because yours I usually tape when the sun is already out, but a window is not really a lens because a lens has a little bit more of a curve in it, and that's something else. I think I'm going to add that maybe to the Google Doc too. We can have a lens that's curved kind of like a teardrop, and then we can have a lens that's kind of curved the other way. So I'm going to possibly either draw them myself or find some images to drop on that worksheet too to talk about lenses instead of mirrors. But here's a very, very important thing. And if we took a test on this, or when we take a test on this, I should say, this would definitely be a fill in the blank on it, okay? So get your notebook out and write this down. Mirrors reflect light. Lenses refract light. Please remember refract means they are able to go through. So I am going to make one quick sketch right here. If this was a mirror and the light was coming at it, the mirror would make the light go like that, bounce off and bounce back this way. I'm going to draw like a teardrop type shaped lens right there in the middle. But we have to draw it in the middle because I'm just going to pretend, by the way, too, that this magically happens right in the middle. If there was a light going towards a lens, the light would not bounce back towards us. The light would bend through like that. So a mirror reflects the light. Please excuse my talking there because I'm trying to make sure you can tell the difference. And then when I did that, they sound the same. A mirror reflects the light. A lens refracts the light. So when it hits that media, it changes and it bends it through. So again, hopefully there'll be a few diagrams for you. There's going to be one or two that say, can you try these? A couple more just to try after you read through those printed instructions. But guys, I really hope you're doing well. I really miss you. And actually, I have one last random question that, to get your point for the day, just email me and say, thanks, Miss Jabs. I'm looking through the Google Doc. Once it gets posted, I'm looking through the Google Doc and it's helping out and it's making more sense. Number 2, this is a very, very random question. A lot of you are at home. You're not leaving home. You're staying at home. How many of you have like a bunch of random stuff that you could set up and sort of make a little like, once you start it out, it just keeps on going? We've talked about this a couple times, like where you have the dominoes fall into like a car and then the car rolls forward. Real quick, if you want to do it, a lot of commercials lately have been doing it and sometimes other things like that. It's called Rube Goldberg Project. I think I've mentioned it before and I maybe showed you some of the videos in the past. But Rube Goldberg, R-U-B-E is the first name, and it's a guy who was a pretty famous artist for drawing things like this, and then Goldberg, Goldberg. If you want to Google search that real quick, and their machines and things like that, if you want to do that, I'm wondering if you have like a bunch of little trinkets around the house, like, I don't know, I'm just thinking around my house. I know I have dominoes. I know I have a few like Matchbox cars. Guys, it's really simple. Like, okay, so this is what I've been using to sort of lecture to you guys, right? And the other day I was playing Pictionary. Can anybody guess what the picture was? I was playing Pictionary with my nieces in Hastings, Nebraska, and we used the whiteboard. But do you see how this is like set up? But this is like really tilty. So the thing is, if I would want to, what if I had something like fall into this chair, then this would tilt forward and fall on the floor and cause something else to happen. Okay, a Rube Goldberg thing is like a chain reaction type thing. And so like as I'm standing here too, what if I had like a ball balanced right at the edge of this shelf, but then there was a string attached to the ball. So like if I'm walking, I trip over the string causes the ball to fall off, and because of where the ball is, it causes, not that I would want to break these pictures, these are some of my godchildren, causes like that frame to tip over, which then would fall on top of this shelf, which maybe, or like some of them get extreme, like it's a cup of water and the cup of water tips over and starts filling another cup of water, which makes a teeter-totter go up and down. Anyway, how many of you have some just little like trinkets in your house that if I were to make you set up like a Rube Goldberg thing, it might be something you could do? So very short video today, but then ended up being longer because I talked about that Rube Goldberg thing. Look up that. I might also post some videos just so you see about Rube Goldberg. So I hope you guys are doing well. I really miss seeing you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.